Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks so much for stopping by and welcome to episode 3 of Retro Collecting 101 here on the Jimbo channel. If you have not already checked out the first 2 episodes, you can get links to those in your description box right down there. So I brought my friend Tommy the Icy One along, for... I guess it's not the end of a trilogy because we're going to keep going past that, right? We're going to wear out our welcome with you guys probably pretty easily. So what are we going to talk about today? Today, basically, we're going to talk about the dichotomy between online purchasing for retro collecting versus in-person. Meaning...
the local stuff.
Yard sailing, thrift stores, pawn shops, flea markets, things like that. So, and we were discussing this previously, and we kind of both seem to be at least somewhat in agreement that each side of the coin has their strengths.
Yeah.
Like, each one kind of has a focal point where it will help you get to a certain goal. And at the same time, they both also have their shortcomings. We'll talk a little bit about those. The first one being the elephant in the room, eBay, obviously. eBay, guys, I have always seen as basically the world's flea market. It's where you can find anything and everything from, now, all over the world. It used to be just inside the States, but now you can get stuff from everywhere.
Gaming related to Waffle Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Just like, whatever you want. If it exists, someone will put it on eBay. That's really the way it works, which is why I've always seen it in the flea market. You never really know what you're going to find in the flea market. So, what are the pros about eBay? The first one I can think of is targeted purchasing, meaning you can search for things that you're looking for. Like if there's a specific game or a franchise or something that you follow, you can basically narrow it down to just that one thing. What would you say is a disadvantage of eBay?
I feel like sellers don't always like when they put up, that you can make a best offer, that's usually just a tease.
It is a lot of the time. Like, it's, I don't know about you guys, man, but I've run into a lot of the time. Yeah, at least for, I'm sure it's for other things too. It's just that it seems to be what we're looking for. But yeah, you're going to get people that are going to offer you, or rather have the option for best offer. Not all of them are really going to be ready to play ball on that. Like, to them, best offer might be like, oh, you can come down like 50 cents, in this $50 purchase. Sellers, if you're watching this, if you're doing that, just stop wasting our fucking time. Seriously, if you're not ready to deal, fine. No one is forcing you to put a best offer on the auction.
Just don't put best offer. No. Just say,
buy it now.
Price.
Price. If that's your rock bottom price, say that. Don't do it to get attention or anything, but I digress. So, but on the same token, a lot of vendors are willing to deal. I've gotten some really great deals on eBay just by using the best offer, and just kind of going back and forth with the seller. And I always like to include, because it gives you a little space to write a note, where you're at, just make it kind of personal, like I'll sign my name on it.
If you get a dialogue going, you actually have a shot. It's when they don't talk to you that, then there's nothing happening.
Make it personal, like treat it like you're going to a yard sale.
Yeah.
Be like, hi, I'm Jimbo, they'd be like, oh, are you a collector games? I am actually, here's what I can offer you for this. And just make it kind of personal, talk to them like they're a person. I've had some luck with that.
Sometimes, I actually got lucky a couple times, so I can't say that it hasn't worked.
No, it's like, it's like anything else in life, ladies and gentlemen, it's your miles may vary. Your mileage may vary.
And another downside, while eBay is definitely the spot you can find anything and everything, that, off time when you're searching for something and only like a couple pop up, when there's no, back and forth between sellers trying to beat each other at price, that's when it really becomes hard. Like,
if you're really after something and you're only seeing 1 or 2 listings on eBay,
then you have to deal with possibly the worst of the worst of eBay.
Yeah, and at the same time, if you're really after something and you're searching all of eBay, or let's say you search it 5 or 6 times within any given week, and you're really kind of coming up with very, very little, that's going to kind of tell you that item is really hard to come by, and that will basically tell you, at least in most cases, why that price is as elevated as it is. Because even for the rare stuff, you can go on eBay, find copies of Earthbound, find them complete, find the manual, find the loose cart.
We've been over this before. Earthbound isn't really rare.
No, it's not really all that rare. It's not all things considered. No, it's not. But there have been times where I've seen listings for things that have come up that I've been after, that I've procrastinated on, and the price was good. Let's say $25, $30 or whatever, definitely well within the price range. And then I procrastinate long enough, then I finally get around to, acquiring that item, and I go back and look for them, and there's almost none, and I'm like,
gone.
Fuck! So, it's not always going to work that way, guys. Usually you're going to be able to find a good, healthy amount of things, but every now and then, if you keep putting it off, it's eventually going to get harder to find, where maybe I've got my finger on the pulse of certain things, I don't know, but, in this particular instance, maybe everyone else went and snatched them up, but you're always going to run that risk. If you really want it and the price is fair, and you're only talking about the difference of maybe $5. If you want it, jump on it.
Yeah.
If you got the money, do it. Pull the trigger. Because now I'm kicking myself for like bitching about $5 there. Because now I'm like, God damn it! Now I'm paying almost double the price to try and find this thing.
Yeah, every now and then it bites you.
So, it's like anything else. You got to pick your battles. All right, so let's move on to yard selling.
Yard selling.
And we'll call it local buying, I guess you could say. That's a broader topic, because it's not just yard sales. So yard sales, fleas, pawn shops, thrift stores, Goodwill, all of the above. Anything from your local...
Yard selling is definitely the lowest tier.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most random, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really hunting. You're really out there looking for something.
It is.
But it has the potential to yield the best results.
It could, yeah, because what's the big advantage of yard selling? Haggling is implied.
Yeah.
Like, it is part of the process. They're not going to go there just to say, like, this is the price and that's all I'm going to let it go for. They know that people are going to try and bid them down.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just part of it.
And then some people don't even care about whatever it is. Like, you could pick up something and think that, oh God, they're going to ask me like $10 easy for this, and they turn around and say, oh, give me $1.
Yeah. That's one rule of thumb. Definitely ask them what they want for it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you always start with them.
Yeah, even if it's got a price on it, just be like, what would you take for this? And then put the ball in their court, man. Let them throw out the first price and work in the middle. And like that Super Nintendo lot that I got, you guys saw in Retro Game Hall a few months back. She wanted $20. I was like, would you take 10? And she's like, I gotta have a little more than that. I was like, let's cut it in half, $15, and I'll take the whole thing right now. I was the first guy there, and she wanted to let it go, and she was like, okay. She's like, I'll let it go. Just work with them. Don't be afraid to throw out a number.
And if you're at a yard sale, don't be afraid to ask if there's video games.
Yes,
It's
always ask.
You have to ask.
Yes. Do you have any video games? They're like, what kind? Any kind.
Any kind.
Don't try and
have
specify.
to be specific. You do have to specify sometimes.
Really?
You have to look around. Like, you have to look for clues, basically. You're hunting, for sure. A good example is I stopped at a yard sale maybe 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there. I look around and suddenly I found a DS case. So I say, hey, do you have any video games? Her first response was no. I say, well, here you have a DS case. And she was like, oh, you're interested in those? And she goes to pull out a diaper refill box from a thing of papers. And inside was Pokemon Yellow, Toy Story 2 for Game Boy, Pokemon Emerald for Game Boy Advance, and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. She wanted $2 for everything. That was it.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I can't beat that. Yeah, but you have to ask.
What I was saying when I said don't be specific, it was really about one certain situation, and I'll elaborate. I've run into this, I don't know if you have, but I've run into this personally where you get someone, maybe they're a little bit on the older side, kind of in their golden years, they don't really know anything about video games.
I know what you're getting to.
And they're like, what kind of video games are you looking for? I just tell them, bring me whatever you have.
Yeah.
Like, let me sort it.
If you say Nintendo, they might only think of one version of Nintendo, and that might be it.
Exactly.
So then they're like, oh, well, I don't have any of that.
Just say bring it all out.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I have a few video games. May I see them? Bring them all out. You do the picking.
You definitely have to say the word video games and then say
yes. Make it broad. And say if they have anything, they say yes. Say, take it out. Let me take a look at it. So
definitely look at a Pong machine if somebody took it out.
Oh, absolutely. Just say, bring it on out and I'll take a look at it. I mean, worst that can happen is you lose like 5 minutes, you don't get anything. Whatever. Take the risk, man. You're
already out there.
Exactly. You're already there. Spend the extra 5 minutes or whatever, and just talk to them. Most people at yard sales are pretty darn reasonable.
So the next level up is like
I would say flea markets.
Flea markets and thrift stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So flea markets, again, kind of the same thing as yard sales. People are there to bargain.
Yeah.
Some of those guys a little bit less than yard sales because some of these guys are professional vendors and some of them are assholes about it, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I don't know about you, man, but the one thing that I absolutely hated when they say that is, well, it's selling for this much on eBay.
Oh, God, that question.
God, I hate that. I'm just like, okay, that's fine. I buy on eBay.
Will you pay what they have on eBay?
No! Why would I give you my money if I can go do it on eBay? That makes no fucking sense at all. Why would anyone say that? I mean, dude, obviously we're not hating on eBay. He buys on eBay. I buy on eBay. We do it all the time.
But that's not what we're in your store for.
No, we're doing this locally to bargain with you. That's how this works. You've got to compete with eBay, not match eBay. No, it irritates the piss out of me.
Here's a horrible example. I was at a pawn shop, and they were kind of like thrift stores sometimes, depending on what they have. So, I find instruction booklets. No price on them. Just under stuff, like getting crushed. Say, hey, what do you want for these? He picks up the whole freaking stack and goes to look on eBay. Didn't even know it was there, and he didn't care. And suddenly, because I was interested, immediately.
Oh, now it's valuable.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just ridiculous, man.
I'll give them to you for like $10 each. Are you freaking crazy?
For a manual? For what? Like Conquer? I mean, just, what the fuck? No, dude. Miscellaneous manuals, $1-2 tops.
Yeah, and as soon as he said, I can do from like 5 to 10 on certain ones, I was like, no.
No. If you're buying in volume, dude, if you are ever running into a seller who is gonna bullshit you like that, where you're obviously bringing up a stack of manuals, games, whatever, you make it very fucking clear to them that you're there to buy and buy big. You're a volume buyer.
If they still cut a price individually,
I want this for this and with this for this, you're gonna be like, dude, what do you want for the stack?
Yeah.
Let's cut through the bullshit. What do you want?
If people can't give you a deal, I'm leaving. I'm going to eBay.
Dude.
I got eBay at home.
Since you're, touting eBay as like the end-all be-all, that's fine. I'd rather give them my money. So, yeah, it's like, not to mention, all the sellers who say that are like, well, I can sell this on eBay. Okay, well, you're aware that even if you sell it at that price, then you're going to pay eBay's fees, then you're going to pay PayPal's fees, then you're going to pay the final fucking value fee, which is going to bring this down X amount of percent.
Yeah.
So why don't I just offer you that number and save you the bullshit?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, it's win-win. Like, if you really can't do the math, you shouldn't be selling these things.
And since we got
I'm fired up about this.
Since we got off topic,
Woo!
let's lighten up a little bit.
All right.
Now, thrift stores can be amazing in that some of them will solid price every single game.
Yes.
Like everything's $3.
No matter what it is.
Oh my god! And you find
Which can work to your advantage.
Yeah, you can find like weird like Twilight Princess on GameCube.
Yep.
That's random. I mean, just all kinds of games that are definitely worth way more than $3.
Sure.
And you could like run into them. A lot of stores do $3, $5. Now, if they do like $10, you're definitely wearing thin on what you can, what you're actually going to be able to pick up. Because
$10 for Madden.
yeah, even $6 sometimes feels too much because you can run into games that you know are like $3 and $2,
absolutely.
and they're like,
So, like anything else, your mileage may vary. Goodwill, at least in our area, we're in Northern Virginia. They've kind of caught on.
Yeah,
it's really
ours.
It's getting harder.
Doesn't do eBay or their Goodwill sells or
Not
something
yet.
weird like that.
But if you guys do go on eBay, you'll see a lot of the Goodwills. They do have accounts.
I think they actually have their own site now, like Shop Goodwill or something.
Do they?
Yeah, it's an auction site.
Oh, that's cool.
But ours doesn't have one yet, so we're not there yet. But ours definitely catch on with the prices and start jacking stuff up.
Like when I first started this in this area, it was very, very easy to get deals.
If they had something at Goodwill, it was like $3 and you could grab it and you're gone.
Remember when you could find just loose consoles in the aisles and stuff? I mean, you could go into the aisle, there'd be like a stack of Xboxes, a stack of PlayStations. They were like $5-10.
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh, it's fucking $29.99. I'm like, what the hell?
I did get a slim PS2 Black for $8 the other day at our Goodwill, so they still have them. Stuff still happens.
Does it work? Oh, well, fingers crossed for you, buddy. Was it green tag?
I don't think so.
Was it red tag?
I think so.
That's bad. That means it's been returned. Which
I don't
means
remember what sticker was on it.
Probably doesn't work.
Now I gotta go see if I have a sticker on there.
So that brings us to the next point. If you're in Goodwill, ladies and gentlemen, if it's green or yellow, you're probably good. Green means it's never been purchased. Yellow means it's been purchased and returned and it most likely works. Red means it's been purchased and it's been returned and it doesn't work. So when it comes to electronics, that's bad. So
I hope it was a green tag.
Avoid the red tag. Pawn shops are really hit and miss, man, at least in our area. Like, some of the pawn shops around here are absolute assholes and they don't know what they're talking about. Like, oh, this game's worth $5. And you're looking at it and you're like, no, it's not.
They're pretty bad at pricing theirs.
So bad, dude.
Every time I walk in there, I'm like, well, what do you want for this? And then I'm like, well, I can give you this. And they say, nah, I can't take that. That's too low. And I'm like, okay, then I'm done.
To me, dude, that is why, in my opinion, local retail is getting killed by the internet, because they don't, at least not all of them, but a lot of them haven't bought into the concept that they have to compete with things like eBay, because eBay will move way more volume than all the chain stores combined. It's too fucking big. You can't catch up. Yeah, let's tell them a little story about this particular pawn shop. I mean, we're not going to call the pawn shop out. We're not going to name the name. But I will share a little bit of a nugget of.
To be fair, I didn't buy that, and I won't buy that.
No, but I think of all the stores that I've been in that sell used games, this probably pissed me off more than anything I've ever seen, because I knew that the store knew better and they were fucking lying. They were taking advantage of people's ignorance. Okay, guys. Well, you know what? Let me see if I have a freaking copy of this.
I have one.
I'm pretty sure that I do. I know I do somewhere.
I might have 2.
Alright, not on hand, but okay.
But they're not rare at all.
No, alright. So, the Sega Genesis
not for resale.
pack-in game that came with the Genesis for Sonic 2. That is
not for resale.
They put a big sticker on this thing, price $50, saying rare, hard to find.
Not for resale version.
That is like saying that fucking Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers that came with the NES or the SNES is rare.
Somehow rare.
Those two, along with Sonic, I can say without a doubt, are the best-selling games on their platforms. You know how I know that? Because to get those systems, you would have had to buy the fucking game, because it came with it. Which means everyone that had the install base, pretty much, has the game.
You can pretty much get Sonic 2 for like $2 anyway.
In the box. So it's like, dude, that is the polar opposite of rare. Like, yeah, dude, I'm really angry about this. Dude, I was angry at the store that day. I was like, this is fucking
He wouldn't even look around after he saw
I was like,
he was
I'm
like, I'm done.
That is asinine, dude. Like, oh, it's fucking rare. Oh, really, asshole? Really? One more small little thing, and this is something that I think a lot of people do not consider. Going back to the whole yard selling, flea marketing, just general local game hunting. Something that I think a lot of people do not factor in when it comes to getting a quote-unquote deal is the amounts of, let's say, gas and travel time that you have to factor into going to a particular place. Like, for example, Tommy and I were going to go to a big flea market in our general vicinity tomorrow, but we're getting rained out. Yeah,
so we're not even going to attempt, because it's not worth trying
it's not worth trying.
It even might rain.
No, because then you're already in the freaking red, you know, before you even get there, so that's stupid. So, would we go there if it was going to be sunshine and kind of roll the dice on it and see if we get some deals? Sure, because we're not driving cross fucking country or something. You know, it's within our state.
It's not even an hour drive. It's like in between.
An hour is
just touching.
Just bear in mind that even if you're only going an hour, guys, and even if you've got like a freaking hybrid, you know, like a super fuel efficient car,
that affects your game prices.
It does. You're basically building that cost into any potential savings that you could get. There's been some discussion online, guys. I'll let you do your own homework on this, but some people that you probably already know, if you subscribe to this channel, have commented on this, and I'm not going to go back and forth on that because I've already said my piece, but there does seem to be some discrepancy as far as does that or does that not affect the deal. In my personal opinion, guys, and to me this is simple goddamn nail-driven math, and there is no way that someone can argue this because the numbers are on this side of the equation. If you, let's say we're talking about the cost of a gallon of milk. The gallon of milk is directly affected by shipping costs and by gas costs, meaning that cost is passed on not to the seller, but to you, the buyer, because you are paying the seller back for every single dime that they spent on the shipping of that milk. So if gas goes back up to $5 a gallon, you know, then a gallon of milk goes $5-6, you know, like it did a few years ago.
So if you're specifically driving 30 minutes to go get a game, then that game didn't cost you what it cost you. It cost you that plus gas.
And it's there and back. Yeah. So if you're driving, let's say, I don't know, out of state or something like that, again, guys, you've got to build that into your overall expense. Like, I'm not trying to deter anyone from going out and game hunting.
Definitely go hunt.
It's cool. Fun. Hunting is fun. And if that's what you're really after, if it's really the thrill of the hunt, guys, I'm the last person to get in your way for that. Seriously. I think that that's awesome. I think that that's cool.
And we love to do it.
Absolutely.
We'll gladly waste gas just
fun.
to do it.
Sure, but at the same time, we're not going to fool ourselves and say like, oh yeah, I saved like $5 on this game. It's like, okay, how much did we spend in gas and lunch getting here?
If you only saved $5, you didn't save a damn thing.
You didn't save shit. Like, if you're getting like $100 game for $50, okay, now you're talking.
Now you've saved something.
Now you're talking. So, or it's like, or just in general, like a really hard to find game. Yeah, like that might be worth, you know, paying a few extra bucks in gas just to be able to have access to it.
Like easily my $2 yard sale score was probably more like $10.
Sure, but still,
you
still got a good deal. So, I guess what we're saying here, guys, is weigh all of those factors into whether or not you're going to go out and go after something.
Yeah, definitely don't wild hunt. Like, no. You need to go in one direction and straight back.
Have a plan. Weigh all those things into your, we'll say your tactics for game hunting. But again, at the same time, guys, go out there and hunt. Do your thing. That's what we do. That's what we collectors love to do. Thrill of the hunt is half of the fun. So I want to give a very special thanks to my good friend Tommy the Icy One for joining me.
Great to be here.
Oh, dude, you're always welcome here. You know that. Thank you so much for stopping by. And as we always say here on Retro Collecting 101, get out there and collect.